Ah yes, the Moomins.
A nostalgic piece of media. Started off as children's books published in 1945, written by a Swedish-speaking Finnish author, novelist, painter, illustrator, and comic strip author Tove Jansson. Then, throughout the years, made animated TV shows with multiple adaptations. The most remembered ones are the 90s anime Moomin and the 2019 3D animated Moominvalley. A fairy tale-like world. The Moomins are about a family of white trolls with big snouts who lives in Moominvalley. The fictional species are called Moomin trolls, and they are named after what they are. In fact, all characters are named after their species, so basically like Smurfs. There are other species called Snorks, Mumriks, Mimbles, Hemulins, the Hattie Fatteners, etc. The series follows the main character named, of course, Moomin Troll, and he is called Moomin for short. His family and his friends all together going into many adventures around Moominvalley and sometimes outside of it. Most of the stories involves discovering magical objects and creatures, adventures in different locations, or dealing with everyday situations. Moomins became very popular in Tumblr 2019 thanks to this YouTube video here. Plus also the CGI adaptation. The popularity for the fandom wasn't as popular like My Hero Academia kind of thing, but it garnered enough attention for a fandom nonetheless. Having people creating beautiful fan arts, AUs, fan characters, funny videos, fanfictions, so. The beloved characters everyone liked are, of course, the main characters. Moomin Troll, Snork Maiden, Moomin Mama, Moomin Papa, Little Mai, Sniff, sometimes, and Snufkin. There are also other like characters such as Tutiki, Nini, Mimble's daughter, Alicia, Snork, Muddler, and Hutchkins, and disliked characters like Stinky, Mrs. Phillyjong, and Sniff. I also would like to mention a character that scared a lot of kids was the Groke, a chili aura monster that freezes everything she touched. Little fetus me was also scared of her too, actually before I even knew about Moomins, but now I think she's a cutie patootie who was misunderstood.
Hey, Snufkin, I've got a great idea.
Yes?
You and I should start dating.
What?
Snufkin is a traveler and a vagabond. He is most beloved and a fan favorite, along with his father Jockster, who appears in the book Moomin Papa's Memoirs, published in 1950. He also appears in the 90s Moomins and Moominvalley Season 4. Snufkin and Jockster seen in the fandom were known as the species Mumriks. However, this could be a fanon thing, and Snufkin is just Snufkin. And possibly goes the same with Jockster being Jockster. I remember how it was such a normal thing in the fandom, mischaracterizing Snufkin and Jockster were. Snufkin used to be depicted as a very crazy, goofy, and gay guy who wants to destroy all the laws in existence, with everyone associating him with the quote, "Be gay, do crime." Me included also did that back in 2019 when I was so obsessed with Moomins. It was so silly. In reality, Snufkin is a very deep, calm, and mature character, but it is true he dislikes authority figures, as they make rules and signs that takes away fun and freedom. Everyone related to him as he wasn't too fond of being around too much crowd and doesn't mind having time for his own space away from other people. As for Jockster, he also shares the same trait with disliking authority figures. The Jockster is described as being very lazy and worry-free, explaining once that the perfect life for would be to live in a fruit tree and eat the fruit as it grows. He also has a relationship with the Mimble, a woman with so many damn kids.
Little Mai is her daughter.
Mimble and Jockster lead to the birth of Snufkin. Little Mai and Snufkin are half-siblings. There's also the Mimble's daughter, also known as Mimble Jr. She is Little Mai's full-blooded older sister, and love interest is with the inspector. In the fandom, Jockster was always depicted as really like a cat, and he is known as the cat dad with fans. In fanon, he was so feral in a comedic way, stinky, but of course still lazy. Oh, and people used to portray cat dad and green homeless man's dynamic as where Snufkin hates his father. Or people portray Jockster where he's a terrible and abusive father to Snufkin. Yeah. Stuff was sure something else back then with medias that are family friendly, and the fandom makes it so dark and sad. I'm no fun police though. This was, of course, Tumblr 2019, where the humor was similar to Hamilton fandom back then. Then Moomin Fandom got pretty much dead, but it did got revived again. Not as active, but still is there. Little me used to have a fat crush on Snufkin Jockster. I would always read Snufkin X Reader on Wattpad, and now it's really silly to admit. The most popular ship in the Moomin fandom was Snuffmin, a pairing between Snufkin and Moomin Troll. With how well written their relationship is, and the fact Moomin is based off of Tove Johnson herself, plus Snufkin is widely considered to be based on Tove Johnson's former fiancé.
Atos Virtanen.
He was gone for long periods of time, just like how Snufkin leaves every winter. It is bound to have so much fan arts, fan videos, and fan fiction written dedicated to Snuffmin. I shipped it, everyone shipped it, and possibly even the people who works on Moominvalley shipped it. A second popular ship would be Little Mai and Snork Maiden. Snork Maiden canonically is supposed to be Moomin's love interest, but you know, men loving men representation, we gotta love it. Whether Moomin or Snufkin are romantic or platonic, their relationship is really beautiful and touching. This is where we finally get to the reason why I actually wanted this video to be made in the first place. All of that was for context with what Moomins are and what it was like with the fandom before. It's not a fandom if it doesn't have AUs. AU stands for Alternate Universe. Everybody knows what that is. I mean, look at Undertale fandom. The Black Sun AU originated on Tumblr. Gasp! An AU for the cartoon Moomins and a dark retelling of the Moomin characters. Hear how it goes.
Moominvalley is quiet and calm. Moomin family is the purest creatures there, but when a vagabond named Snufkin comes into the valley, all peace and purity is corrupted. Moomin and the family are corrupted to sin against their pacifistic lifestyle, and we follow the descent.
All the characters have personality changes, and appearances looks corrupted, where it reflects their deadly sins. The AU contained the following.
Mild gore, eye cuts, eyes, direct stares, blood, minor character death, emotional abuse, frequent verbal attacks, knives, mentions of death, murder, and hunting of animals.
So, what's the story with the Black Sun AU in detail? Well, it wasn't always dark in the Black Sun AU, just a little boring. Moominvalley was a place free of violence, desires, and any ideas that were deemed unkind. The extended Moomin family were lovely creatures, pure and humble. Moomin found it boring, being good all the time. There was no hunting for food, only scavenging and growing vegetables. It caused Moomin's animalistic needs to grow inside him. He turns to ignoring his friends and family. Moomin wanders into the woods to find a strange vagabond who seemed to leave destruction in his wake. He became infatuated with Snufkin's reckless actions and grows desires to be loved by him. Snufkin, in turn, thinks it'd be fun to corrupt a poor innocent creature. They became friends, and Snufkin is brought to meet the Moomin family. But Snufkin brings a new series of sins to the Moomins. Sniff turns to greed, Snorkman turns to vanity, and old friends from Moomin Papa's past shows up. New creatures come to Valley and bring mayhem and mischief as they arrive. In short, Snufkin is a bad influence on Moominvalley, and Black Sun AU is the Underfail AU for the Moomin fandom. Another Moomin AU, made by the same creator, is a Blue Moon AU. The plot of this one is very easy to explain. It starts off evil, but Snufkin teaches the creatures to love and stuff. The popularity of the Black Sun AU in the fandom was driven by its unique appeal of offering a darker, edgier take on the normally lighthearted series. Who made this AU? Well, it's Shibe. Shibe contributed its popularity by creating a striking and appealing artwork and imagery. This led to a wave of fan art and fanfictions, as well as the creation of spin-off AUs inspired by the main AU. The attention the Black Sun AU received was undeniable. What is important to note is that Shibe has made it clear from the start that they do not condone incest, sexual abuse, or pedophilia. While the AU is meant to explore darker themes, it has boundaries, and Shibe does not tolerate content that is considered generally problematic. Things were all fine, fun, and dandy. That was until a user, known as Black Sun Callout, made waves in the community on May 25, 2020. By releasing a callout that details several troubling actions by the creator of the AU. editing me here, if you hear any noises, that's my cat playing in the background. He's just being goofy. The user linked a Google Doc in a callout, which outlined various allegations of toxic behavior and other issues. This callout sparked a wave of discussion and debate within the fandom. The Google Doc brought to light Shibe's Twitter account, which revealed that they followed artists who produce artwork that depicts bestiality, underage people in sexual situations, and incest. While this is already controversial on its own, the matter takes on an even more disturbing turn. To understand why, it's important to understand one key thing that sets the AU apart from similar works. Remember how Snufkin and Jockster are father and son? Well, there is this ship called Jockskin. I think you can figure out what that is. It's understandable why many people have problems with these revelations. The small disliked faction known as the Jockskin shippers keep to themselves due to the accusations of being involved in pedophilia and incest. The Google document revealed the existence of a private Twitter account, Poppy_seed, which shared artworks that strikingly similar to Shibe's unique style. For side-by-side comparisons and more details, refer to the Google document. Note, it contains NSFW content. This account posted explicit underage material, including abuse and incest-themed art, as well as Jockskin art. Both accounts followed many of the same people and had identical mutual connections. Despite this, Shibe had previously denied being behind the Poppy_seed account. The document concluded by suggesting that it was highly probable both accounts were managed by the same individual. It encouraged readers to form their own conclusions and aimed to raise awareness about Shibe's followings of creators known for problematic content, implying Shibe may have been involved in such content as well. After the call-out, Shibe responded in the throwaway account, admitting to running the problematic side account and profusely apologizing for her actions. She explained that at the beginning of the Black Sun AU, she was already facing backlash for creating NSFW art. When she came into contact with the Jockskin shippers, they became close because she related to the hate they received. Shibe claimed that she felt pressured to create Jockskin art to fit in within the community. Despite not being a fan of the ship herself, she once again apologized for her actions. The community was split by Shibe's confession, with some feeling sympathy for her and willing to forgive her, while others remained unforgiving, attributing her apology to being caught. The debate raged on, with arguments centered around whether her claims of only associating with the Jockskin community for friendship were genuine, as well as whether her defense of the artist behind the troubling content was valid. Shibe's statement in response was initially dismissive, claiming she simply appreciated all art forms without judgment, but she later acknowledged her issues and the need for therapy. After her confession, Shibe made multiple apology posts, taking responsibility for her actions. She then joined a Sex Addicts Anonymous meeting to address her addiction to the problematic content. She announced that she was ending the Black Sun AU and stepping away from the internet to focus on her recovery. A few months later, she changed her mind about continuing the AU and informed her followers that she felt too ashamed to continue it. The AU was officially cancelled, and Shibe asked her audience not to carry on the story on her behalf. Moomin Fandom was a mix of everything, from fan and fun chaos, fan and dark themes. It really shows what a media made for kids can really put out for a fandom. Look at My Little Pony. Moomin Fandom was mostly queer and neurodivergent friendly media. It was really devastating when the Black Sun AU story was officially over. I really did enjoy the AU and wanted to make fanarts of it before the fallout happened. Me and my friend really enjoyed reading Moomin's one-shots that has a chapter related to the AU. But fun stuff don't always last forever. Moomin franchise is very nostalgic to me and to some people who were also big fans. Even though the fandom isn't as active as it was still a good piece of work. And also, I just want to mention there was always this one commenter you would always see everywhere on Moomin videos, Randolph the Gay. So that's all about it. Have a wonderful timeline, everyone. Goodbye.